All right, now that I feel more knowledgeable about the subject with some real life experience, I want to talk about tarot readings online. Um, I've never paid for a tarot reading. Not say I won't, but I haven't have no plans to right now. I am at the level where I get to a feeling point, the same way I would listen to Terrence McKenna, Abraham Hicks, Bashar or Daryl Anka, Richard Feynman, Alan Watts. I would listen to them. At that time, I was listening for more of a old school research, trying to figure stuff out. But at the tail end of that stuff, I'll have a certain feeling place, and whatever I would listen to them, no matter what YouTube video came, it would be what I needed to hear, right? So this is kind of what the tarot. When I'm watching reels, I get into a nice feeling. This is not how it started either. About a year ago, and I didn't watch tarot. Believe I didn't. Well, you wouldn't catch me even thinking about this stuff a year ago. Not even. Matter of fact, the tarot reading that came across randomly hit my reel. I would have never watched it. They never even come on my reel. I didn't even know what it was. But just happened to come on my reel for whatever reason, and I happened to watch it, and it happened to be something that was seemingly exactly what I was going through. So I was like, "What the fuck?" And then anyway, about 8,000 tarot videos later, I'm an expert. You have to watch out with that shit, guys, especially if you're smoking weed. You have to watch out. Really take space with it and use discernment, especially if you're not paying for a one-on-one reading with a genuine someone who knows what they're doing. Because to take your belief system, whatever state you're in to be looking at tarot in whatever first place, especially if you weren't into it before. Whatever your belief systems are, your state that you're in, the tarot reader you got, the day you had that day, oh, and then how hard you start to fall into the trap of really believing them, because they really say, and this is why they really be on their p's and q's about. Look, not every reading is for you, because you're not knowing what mood you're in before you're watching these things, and a lot of it, I use it to spark thought in me. A lot of times, a person will say something, and maybe they're talking about something, and I'm like, nah. But they'll say something like, oh, that sparked a new thought I never would have thought of before, and then bam, it was worth it. Everything else I said was trash and dissonant with me. I never thought it out that way before, and then I'll swipe on, and I'll make sure I'm in a good mood, and they'll just say exactly what was happening that day, or it will be something so good, I'll be like, oh, yeah, and those will come out too. And I'll make sure I know how I'm feeling. I'm feeling what I know to be connected. I'll say that tarot reader a little more heed. You know, I want to jump right in, and I'll watch it for a month and see. Anyway, once you watch so many thousands of them, you can start. They start to funnel down in to a certain flavor. Now, of course, you got the Facebook algorithm and everything like that. YouTube algorithm, whatever one you're using, they kind of funnel what you're watching into more of what you want, the same kind of thing also. But source energy, infinite intelligence, God is beyond that. Like if they can fucking make you watch what really you want to watch. That's what's cool about the internet. It's all like energy and electricity, just like everything else. So you get connected, and they show you what is for you, and I never have to pay for one. But you can get going off on tangents. You can get thinking something because of tarot person that you happen to like, and maybe you're not aware enough of if you're dissonant, if this is really for you, and it doesn't matter. Your beliefs are king, right? If you start to really lock in onto it, you'll change your reality in ways you do not want to change. You can get spiraling off on. It's like trying to do something before you're ready. You gotta watch out with these things. You really, really do. It can get you insane if you don't have the mind to understand. Luckily, not luckily, I don't believe in luck. That's still a phrase, that's a habit. That's I'm phasing out. It's just a habit to come out because I said it for so much before this stuff. Fortunately, I haven't got my mind to the right place well before this year that I fell into tarot. Well before my mind was already in a good place to understand what was going on fast enough to not, you know, I went in weary. I was like, I don't. The same way I went into this spiritual stuff. I didn't just jump in and believe it. It took me years and years and years and years and years and years to prove it to me. Same thing I had to do with this fucking tarot stuff. But it's fucking legit. It is, or can be. It can also make you go insane and crazy and have a view of reality that starts to pull against what you really want. And then you're like living in two different realities at once, and it's fucking crazy. Just watch it, guys. You might as well better off not even doing it. Really. But it came to me randomly, and then I just kept, after that one hit, happened to say what I needed to say to feel better or to get me a new perspective on something or whatever it was. I can't remember. I just kept scrolling. I had to do more. And it was cool. I watched so many of them. Maybe only 2 of the people I've watched over this past years are the same people, as far as tarot readers, that I started with. Everyone else has changed. Every time I reach a new level, and I knew I reached a new level energetically, my tarot readers that came to me would change. And I'd be like, oh, who is this? I've never seen you. How long are you going to last? You could stay here for 5 months, or you could be gone tomorrow. 2 or 3 of them, maybe 4 of them, have been almost since the beginning. Every other ones have changed in phases, and I probably got 15 of them that cycle through when I'm watching. That I have learned are they're either legit or the universe can work through them really well so that I can take out from what they're saying. Even what they're saying is bullshit for my life. They'll say, give them just the right video that it will pertain some kind of new thought for me. It will help me out in some kind of way. They'll come to me, and that's that. And I can do lots of pre-paving with information from tarot. But oh my God. So that's why I wanted to start doing it myself. I wanted to learn about it. I wanted to see. And I've been, I don't practice religiously or anything, but I've been practicing. Practice is not the right word. I've been experimenting, exploring my senses and tarot and timing and cycles and what's actually going on with that. And it's just like anything else, really. So I just want to write a disclaimer about that. You gotta be careful with that stuff, guys. You can really... I can see how you can get your life fucked around with that. How it just can be another control method. Think about people on Facebook. Think about how people hack people's profiles. Think about how people might know you in real life. Just think about things that could be done with someone who doesn't know any better. It's another way to control people's thoughts, really. If you get on the wrong side of it. So really, it's like anything else. We want the good and the bad, so we gotta have both. If we want the good, we gotta have the bad. If we want the bad, we gotta have the good. Any subject can be looked at from any perspective. Where you're coming from energetically, what you know is what you're gonna get out of it. So you can really get yourself turned around doing that shit. But you can turn yourself turned around doing any kind of activity where you're trying to kind of figure yourself out. I don't know. So I felt like this video about that should be put out, because I feel like I'm probably an expert on this subject now. I've watched so many thousands of videos trying to dial in what's happening around my life, trying to get, because I have a general intuition, but this lets me hone in, and it also gets me much needed information about the tarot reading community and what was going on behind my back. All the 42 years I never knew about. Well, 41, because I got into it. Well, I just turned 42 not too long ago. I mean, pretty recently. 41 years or so. And now I see what's going on all these years behind the scene I never knew about. And it's really cool. It's just another thing of reality opening up to me. I would have never looked at. My rigid belief system would have never let me. If I didn't do that 10, 12, 15 years, or whatever it was, of finding myself work before this happened the last year ago, to where I was in a state where I was just doom scrolling anyway, and I happened to come across the real would have never came to me. I would have never been a vibrational match to come up to a tarot reader. It would have never came. But since I did all that work and I become more spiritual, even though I wouldn't use that word, I was a match to maybe having something like that come and me entertaining it long enough to see that, hey, what the fuck is this? I mean, it was, you gotta imagine I was just like, whoa, that's exactly what I'm going. Oh, what? That seems like exactly what I'm going through. And it felt good. Or I was kind of interested, intrigued, a little bit excited. You know, like, what this is crazy. You know? So, I know what feeling good means. It means, hey, check this out, I'm not feeling dissonant, which means my inner being doesn't mind, is checking this out or focus on this in some kind of way also. So. Awesome, guys. Probably better off paying money if you're going to do that shit. I do so much sifting and so much shit and so much testing to see. And then over time, I know time doesn't exist, but from this point to that point, and then we measure it over time as we create it to be, as Bashar would say. That's how he gets around that. Sorry. As we create it to be, and I'm gonna be one person eating fucking in the camera, just shoot me. I have to do that again. Anyway, as we create it to be, over time, from one point to the next point, you'll have a different perspective shift. Is what I was gonna say. Now, exactly what the perspective shift was about. This always happens to me. At least my tangent. What were we even talking about? This God dang. What were we talking about? This is one of the weed kicks. See, I made the mistake of a lot of people say weed fucks your memory. Not really. For me, that's not what it is. But I did make the mistake of smoking and sitting and meditating a little too early, and then the weed kind of kicks in mid apple bite, and then I'm talking, and that's why it just floats me away. I'm like, fuck, where was I at? Where I should have meditated quietly without doing this for a little longer, and then started, which is what just happened. If it always probably happens, why this shit happens. Either way, that's what I was talking about. There we go. I knew I would let it go and it would come back. The fucking tarot readings, being careful. Over the long distance, from first starting out a year ago to now, all those tarot readings, I can put them all together in a hindsight view and be like, and funnel down all the ones that were kind of the same and changing and morphing to what my life was happening. I could see the ones, and then you can drop all the ones that were like, no, but it takes time if you're gonna do it that way, because you get everything, and what it is you're not just the only one watching these videos, so it is linked to anyone else doing the same thing, trying to find information about their life or just exploring whatever. All this, so it's like a big group thing. You almost gotta wait for your turn too, because you can get all these readings that sound right, but then maybe a month later, you're like, oh shit, those readings that sounded exciting. They're kind of, it's not happening now. So I was just early, and maybe more, I was at the tail end of this collective, the tail end, right? Where people have already been experiencing this, and then I felt it, and it was like, yeah. But then it didn't come till like a week later or a month later. Or I put the two and two together. Oh, I was doing for this. I was just early. I was at the tail end of the collecting that, but now maybe I could be at the front or whatever. And I also noticed that a lot of stuff in the readings, I'll be so like extra, and I'm like, I'm probably getting a very toned down version of this, again being at a different level, kind of, part of that collective. But this is not how my life is turning out, but I can see if I tone it down a lot, it's generally the feeling of what's going on, but none of that's happening. So I'm some people are getting the brunt of it, and I'm a more faded version, but I'm still part of that collective. So I've noticed that also. There's lots you can notice. You can see your tarot readers start to change. I know some that's never came back to me on my reel again. After I knew I hit some energetic shift. And today is the 9th. Yesterday, I know I clicked over into a new platform of stability and my energetic manipulation, control, deliberate creation. I know I did. Yesterday, April 8th. Today's April 9th, I think. I clicked over to a new level. And every time I do that, new readers, and I got like 3-4 new readers. I'm like, oh, there they are. They're the ones that are now matching my frequency. And I noticed that most of them that come in now always say the stuff that's happening in my life now. I'm getting less and less ones that are like irrelevant. I'm more zoned in on what I know, what I think about myself. I'm more confident in myself, and my energy is sitting right. So now when I attract the tarot readers in, they're the ones that are with my energy. I can look in their eyes and I can feel them. I can see the smile on their face. I'm like, oh girl, you and me, we have the same energy. You and me, right here. I can tell, and I can feel it in my fucking bones. I'm literally not just saying it as a phrase, literally my feeling body, or the way I like to utilize it. And I know, let me listen to them, and what do you know? It's something that is either sparks a thought into me that helps my life, or it's exactly what I'm going through. I'm like, it's like, where do you fly on the wall? And it lets me look at it from a different point of view, or just reassures me and of something I've already known. So sometimes you can already know something, but you just need someone to just keep telling you. You're like, yeah, I know. And eventually you let yourself slip out of that. But, all these things, and many more things. Let me predict the future. Let me see what's happening next. And that's not the only way I do that. You just feel good. Also, feeling good and knowing how the universe works will just let you naturally kind of do that. But anyway, not important. Don't even utilize that. I still live like a normal human part of that respect. I'm out there trying to do that kind of shit. I'm really not. I like to be surprised and delighted. I think if you know what's going to happen, maybe at first you might be excited, but eventually you're going to want to go back to being surprised and delighted and having things work out in just the most marvelous way. You're like, oh, really? Where you just like kind of like The Office when they look at the camera, you're kind of just looking at the universe like, all right. You ever see me in real public, right? Say you happen to know me in real life. You never see me just look away at the sky. I'm like, okay, I got you. I mean, some crazy synchronicity just happened right now. I'm just like looking at the universe, like, all right, bitch. Okay. One of the biggest things that watching all these tarot readers, at first, out of desperateness and kind of reaching from a void, which this last recent crush I had, and that never went anywhere, which I felt so pulled to because the universe knew it was going to teach me this. And though I got over that, my last hurdle, I have no more void inside me. I'm whole, baby. I'm whole. So I learned, finally clicked that over. That's one thing I learned. I also learned that the universe has my back. Has my back. Like, I can rest in complete relaxation. Complete anxiety-free, worry-free. Imagine, guys. Imagine what that feels like. It feels like the way my face looks right now. Because I know the universe has my back. No matter what happens. I could, whatever. Something crazy could happen. And I still know. I've already had too much knowledge, too much experience to not know. To not know. I know that the universe has my back. She's got me. He's got me. He's got me. She's got me. Really, if you think about it, if you say the word she, he's in there. It's, and then he. So you can just say she for everybody. That just came out of nowhere. I might like that, though, because the he's right in there. If you think about it, the he is the bigger portion, too. So if you're the guy that is still kind of stuck in that, the man has to have more. The he's the bigger portion, don't you like that? Put the S's at the front. Right? She. We're all she's. Right? We're all masculine and feminine. We're all she's. And you can put it on the one word. It's simple. Like sheep. Came out of nowhere. I like that. Most of us are also sheep. Who are all she's. Huh. That's how real sheep work too, right? Aren't all the fluffy sheep, aren't they girls? And then the ones with the horns, aren't they the guys? Don't know for sure. Interesting how it just keeps falling into a deeper, punny situation. It's probably what happened to us, the universe. Anyway, watch those tarot readings, guys. All I can say is you may not be in a state to be aware enough to know if they're helping you or hurting you. I was. And overall effect, they have helped me tons, and I still, while I'm weaning myself off now, and I only watch one flavor kind now. Because I know they can start to, I've gotten malleable enough where I know if I start watching this and I start even focus on it, I can start saying things, no. So I will cut. I watch a couple, first few words out of your mouth. First of all, you gotta, if you're a new person, it's probably because I just shifted, but I'll watch you. I will doubly watch you. If you're someone I already known, you've helped me out a lot, and I appreciate the fuck out of you. And I can, oh God, these terriers, I can tell the ones that just love what they do. They love to be confirmed that what they're doing is right. They love when the cards come out a certain way after they already say something. They love it. And I love to see them love it. I love to see them feeling that excitement. Good. It just comes right to me. I'm like, yes. And the reading is good too. They've really helped me out. The ones, but I'll watch them, and if they're starting off on some bullshit, the ones that I don't entertain anymore kind of flavor, even from someone that I love and that's helped me out. Scroll. Hey, I love you, baby, but that is not where I'm at anymore. I understand how this works better than I ever did before. So because of tarot, I'm sitting here watching tarot. Be careful with it, guys. If you're doing that shit, be careful with it. You have to make sure you have a hold on what's actually going on in your reality. Like, and I gotta say, for most of my life, I didn't. I think it's like that for most people. I think most people stay there for their whole lives. Because that's the way we set it up, because we're playing this game. So be careful of that shit. Be careful. I'm telling you, it's serious. I don't like to use the word serious. Nothing serious here. It's sincere. I'm sincere. Genuinely telling you. Don't dive in to the tarot and let you know, unless it can be a rabbit hole. I can see how it can screw your life up. It can fuck relationships up. It can make you have an idea of what's going on that might not be right. And then you carry that flavor into your real life, and the universe kind of has to mirror it for you to make it right. And then you might be latched on tarot readers that are just digging you into a ditch. Or something like that could happen. Depending on where you are at. Remember, it has to be with you. If you are not feeling ease and comfort and joy and excitement at least 60% of your day, or 60% of the time, at least, you might want to watch tarot, because you're going to get what you're feeling. You're going to get a tarot reader that's kind of like you are. You don't want that shit. Alright? There's a billion of them out there. Then you got the ones that aren't even real tarot readers. They're just, the more you watch, the more you can tell. You can tell when someone's thinking and they're looking away, and when someone has a notepad of what they need to be saying next and they're looking away. They try to hide it, but you can see it. And you can tell when it's real and legit. Some people can't. And maybe I can't sometimes, and it's gotten better, and now I can't. So, they're just out there not even tarot reading at all. They've watched it enough. They see what's going on. They see how you can get people, followers, and everything for doing this. And the reason the real good ones do is because those tarot readers are feeling amazing when they're hitting those connections to relay these messages. They're feeling good. That's why they get the followers. It's about the feeling, guys. Okay? And then people see it and try to fake it. And they get varying success, but they're never going to get to where the real ones are. Ever. Ever. But we live in that world where if they can't figure it out, they're going to find some way to get something. You know, I came to Earth, I'm leaving with something, you know? And so they'll just copy or whatever, but they stay in this level of playing while the real ones are up here. You know? But you pop out of that and sometimes you come to this level, that level eventually. You know? So, but even those ones, even the complete fake ones that are just bullshitting a complete act, if I'm feeling good and I get one of those, most of the time I will not, but sometimes the universe knows, no, this fake one, what they're saying is actually, it's like exactly what he needs to hear. So just give it to him. And I'm looking at him like this, I don't even, but it depends on how I'm feeling. I'm like, I'll let him, even though I'm looking at him like, nah, I don't like you, but I'm feeling really good. So, and it's right. And it'll take fake ones that happen to say what I need to hear. And I'm like, I know you're bullshitting, but this is perfect for me to help me at this time. So I love it. The universe. So no matter what, if you're feeling good and you know what's going on and you got your shit ducks in a row, tarot can be great for you. It's just like a tool, an extra tool to extend your knowledge, to extend your awareness, to reassure you even more, as long as you're still doing that reassuring game. Eventually you get to the point where you kind of fall out of that, where you have a well of reassurance just emanating from you that you've learned to nurture. And you don't need that anymore. And now you only watch a certain flavor of tarot readers. And it's a lot less now. I can't sit there anymore. And I can tell when I'm watching, as long as I'm not in the click state, I can tell. I'm like, why am I even watching this? I'm going to go take a nap, play Rocket League, take a walk, smoke some weed. That's pretty much all I do. Go out in nature, Rocket League, sleep. I don't do much sleeping. Not because I can't sleep, it's because I don't need sleep anymore that much. Or smoking and relaxing. Watching YouTube videos of a few creators that I do watch. that's my life, guys. I'm going to work, have fun at work. I like my job. I like this new thing I'm doing with the music and the teaching people about real reality, which it's really coming into form here. Somewhat surprising, but not really. I can see how my life is turning that way. I like it all. I like where things are going and going. I'm so fucking confident in myself. Here's another thing I wanted to say. You could. There's just different kinds of confidence. And there's a certain kind of confidence that's more of a cocky, more of a. And even within the word cocky can be a kind of a better version of cocky, and then a kind of. If you can't back it up, or you can just tell someone's bullshit, that kind of it's just like, get out of here. No one likes that. And okay, I can see that. But if you find yourself someone rubbing you the wrong way and they're just feeling confident in themselves like the way I have love for everybody, compassionate, and I love myself, and I am confident of who I am, and that can rub someone the wrong way, and the only reason it does is because they don't love themselves and they don't know it. They don't even know it. And so that's why they look at you and you're whole and they're void, and while you're helping them, this experience in the long run will help them figure it out. But a confident person likes to see another confident person, is what I'm saying. If I see someone looking like they're confident and it's coming off genuine and authentic, I'm like, okay, look at this. He's connected. Look at him. He's or her. It's feels good to me. It's like, yes, you get it, bitch. You know what I mean? Like literally, some people fake that. They're making it, like, you get it, bitch, but it's not real. They're not really feeling appreciation and linked in love with this other person you see who's confident in themselves. You do not look at them and think, oh, let me knock them down a peg. What that is someone who doesn't love themselves seeing someone who does, wants to bring them down to where they are so that they can feel good. That's the only way. The resonance of me coming down to where you are would make you feel good. It would make me not feel good, and you feel good. And that's you controlling your reality. The only way you know how to feel good. You know that two things coming together in a harmony will feel good. So you feel like shit and you hate yourself and you don't like your life. You may not know it, but if you're fucking look at the things you're doing to your body, that'll tell you what you feel about yourself really well. So you bring me down to a lower version of myself to match you, and that's harmony for you. Oh, it feels good. Oh, I brought him down a peg. Yeah, look, But it's just you not knowing how to regulate your emotions, so you got to do it a different way. But someone like me now, who's learned to float up, and when these little hands try to grab at me to tug me down because they don't love themselves and they don't want to see me love myself. No, that makes them feel bad. That's dissonant. That's me moving away from them. Dissonant. Oh no, bring them back down. These little hands try to grab me. I'm like fucking Muhammad Ali. Get up, no. Get off me. Get up. No. I'm rising. And this is making them feel worse and worse. They want to humble me. Knock me down, not because being confident in myself and loving myself is wrong, because it's not. If I see someone else confident, loving themselves, I don't knock them down a peg. Why? Because we feel the same. I'm legit. I'm genuine. That is a good thing. It feels good to see someone feel good when you have healed yourself. If you see someone confident and it doesn't make you feel good and you want to humble them, think about what that means. It means you do not love yourself, or it could be any variation of this. It doesn't have to be that deep, but just in general, you do not love yourself. You could even worse. That's just the way it goes. If you were really confident and had genuine love in your heart, you would see me and be like, oh yeah, you get it, man. You're doing it. Like the way I see other people who are doing it. If you don't, you're fucked and you need to heal. You're fucked and you need to heal. But you can heal. You can. I'm living fucking proof. Although I had proclivity coming in. I was never really the type of person to try to humble someone. Although, you get lost in the beginning, and so I was like any other human with little bits of revenge and humbling, whatever. It was in there a little bit, but I had proclivity against that. I could tell. Look back, I was never really deep too much that way. Very fortunate. So it started about tarot, but this is very good to know about that, about someone just feeling confident and happy and it's rubbing you the wrong way. You know you need some work to do on yourself, baby. Baby. Especially if they've been in your locality for a year, 2 years, 3 years, going on 4 years, and their personality has just gotten better and better and more stable, and you can see they're like this every fucking day. You really think they're putting on an act for 4 years? That consistent? No. I'm actually happy. And you could be too. And when you are, you will be happy when you see another happy person. Most people run around, and it's so, the higher vibration you get, if you're still having to have the opportunity to be around low vibrational people, you could see the mask. All the hee hee ha ha, all the good mornings, all the hanging in there's. Some of it's legit, and there's genuine. You can also see genuine connections going on, but you see a lot of bundles of fear with a drapery of I love myself over it, or I'm cool, I'm doing it right. You know, look at me. But it's really just this little bundle of fear and anxiety and dissonance, and coupled with they don't have an understanding, coupled with an unawareness of how reality works. It's just a bunch of people just banging around, faking it with each other. That's the interesting thing about it, but if everyone's faking it on that level, is it really fake to them? They're all being authentic. That's what I always say too. Everyone really 100% is being authentic all the time. Because if you're fake and you're wearing a mask, that's who you are at the time. That's your authentic self. You're a person that is fake and wears a mask. So you're being authentic. So, you know, but in order to talk about it and get all these things, you can't, sometimes you gotta not be so cut and dry about how things work. But this really is the case. Because if I would honor that, then all this talk about being authentic stuff, we just wouldn't talk about it. You know, that's a little boring. It's true, you're always being authentic. You're always authentically changing, either super slow, fast, or somewhere in between. Watch out for that tarot, guys. If you love yourself, seeing other people who are confident will not. Even it goes this far. If you truly are filled your void, have connected to source energy, have found God, have any other phrase you want to put in there, because the phrases don't matter, it's the experience that we're trying to describe. Awakened. Whatever, they're a billion or whatever, there's so many of them, it doesn't matter. If you have, even when you're seeing someone who's being fake and with a mask and not confident in themselves, you're still loving it. You're looking at him like, oh, you know, you look at him more like a baby learning to walk. You really do. You're loving that baby. You're loving this good action going on, even though they're having a really rough time at it. You know? For a long time, for like a billion lifetimes, they're just having a rough time. What's a billion lifetimes? What's a billion reincarnations of not figuring it out to someone where time doesn't exist because you never began and never started? It's a blip. It's a blip. So billion, trillions, a million trillions, any number you can think of can be a blip to someone who's never started and never began. So you're looking at them, they're just not figuring it out. They're little babies. They're bumping down. Oh, that one's getting this balance. And you don't, of course, to someone seeing someone confident, you're like, yeah, that big, got it. It really, you don't get mad at it. And then when you see people who aren't confident, that's not no different. You still love them too, because you're coming from your place of love. You're not a void in your chest or a void in your body that you don't even know you have, or you do, but you can't explain. And then it's potential relationship, fill the void a little bit. Oh, it feels good to be in a crush. My void is filled a little bit. It feels good. Or let me get some food in me. Oh, whole box of pizza feels good. Oh yeah, comfort food. Oh, now I feel good. My void's gone for a little bit as your body just gets worse and worse and fatter and fatter. But I feel good for 10 seconds as I'm getting that pizza. Oh yeah. And you get trained into this. Oh, go to Toys R Us. Daddy, can I have this toy? Oh, I feel good. Yeah. Oh, this toy is cheap and shit. I don't even play with it after, whatever can happen. You know what I mean? You get trained into that, filling your void with your outside old self that needs to be renewed and changed by focusing inward and coming and feeling no void because you have filled it through focus. And so now you don't even you can just sit in complete relaxation because you don't need to pine for anything because you're not trying to fill a hole in you. Sorry, I'm just always raunchy and I always think how that could work out more ways than once. Sexual encounters, the big one. Out there filling your holes to fill your hole. Or out there filling holes to fill your hole. Or out there filling and getting your holes filled to fill your void inside. Oh, I love talking this way, guys. I like to say how it's not serious. There's nothing serious going on here. We're all humans. We got to get over this sexual thing, you know. I'm a person, and I guess there are countries. This is why it's good to travel. But we don't even need fucking women and guy bathrooms. We're fucking adults. We can all go to the same fucking bathroom. What are we gonna just be in there fucking and sucking? It could happen, I guess, but that's gonna happen anywhere. That's happening already. It's not because the bathrooms are split. That's going off on a tangent, but that's me. I mean, the society that I live in, we would not be having a man-woman bathroom. Like, what are we? What are we? Come on. That's so stupid. It reminds me of Terrence McKenna when he used to say that Victorian people or whatever used to put pants on piano legs so that it wouldn't turn them on. It's because they were too sexy. Or something like that. It's like we're so ass backwards. But it's changing. I see it changing. I'm sure anyone with awareness sees it changing too. I just told someone the other day that it might get a little worse before it gets better, but sometimes it's got to get a little worse to really shake things up, to really get a fresh. Think of a big giant forest fire or something that really clears the brush out, but then more things grow on even more than ever before because there's some space and everyone was like, "Oh shit, space!" Yeah! So that's happened. Well, it might get a little worse, guys, but don't worry, things are changing. The light's coming. Everything else is falling away. You know, and the local level, the macro level, and the quantum level, and this level, everything, fractally, things are falling apart. That aren't working, that were manipulative, that were leeching, kind of thing. It is a good day to be here on Earth. It's a good time. We pick good times to be here. I'm really excited to see what the next 5 years, next 10 years entails in the humanity. See what's going down, what's happening. As the group consciousness raises to a level that just naturally has to poop out all the ones that are low level. They just can't. They'll just have to pop out and enjoy their own reality by themselves because we're going to leave them. And you can only imagine what that's going to look like portrayed physically in reality. It's very, very exciting. It's very cool. It's very fun. And I'm happy to be experiencing this life. Alright, so went on way longer than I thought. Watch that motherfucking tarot, guys. If you're doing it, don't. And they're good at letting you know, too. So they're going to pound it in your head. Like, hey, go ride a bike.